Hey guys, Nary here from Drakewing Gamers, something to me on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Nekojishi. So, I heard you guys loud and clear. Y'all want me to go with the Guardian Tiger first, then I'm going to go with Shushi Senpai, and then I'll do Clouded Leopard. So, we're going to do it in that order. But anyway, guys, please sit back and enjoy for this 18 minutes while I entertain you. Let's jump right in. Alarm changer up, and let's go. Alright. The tiger's been sleeping with me this whole time. It's only right for him to take a place next to me. Aw, you're too cruel, Liao. Sorry, Senpai, but I'll go get you a quilt. It's the least I could do to make up for it. Aw, boo-hoo. Head to the closet, get out the spare quilt, passing it to Senpai. Well, if it's gotta be like this. Senpai quickly rolls out the quilt on the floor. This is my territory now. No one else can trespass. This room is in no way big enough for someone to claim part of it. That territory of his is right next to the door. You couldn't even get out without stepping all over his sheets. Senpai, how can I get out of the room with you blocking the way? Of course Liao gets a free pass. I welcome you to my territory, and even to sleep with me on the floor. No matter how you look at it, there's no space for me to squeeze into his territory, even if I wanted to. It's alright, Senpai. I know you're really excited, but I'm tired at the moment. Can you just allow me to sleep for a while? Well, it's not like I'm the one forcing you to stay awake. Letting out a sigh, I turn off the light. Oh, he's being a little shit, is he? Afterwards, I lay myself into the bed and get cozy into the quilt. Tiger is laying in the bed as well. My bed's pretty small for two as it is, and with his size, he ends up taking up most of it. Is he really going to be sleeping with me every night? He's kind of big. I don't think I'll fall asleep that easily with him next to me. Hey, are we going to sleep like this? Yes, although since you can see me, you can feel me now. It does make it a bit cramped. Tiger glances at the bed and shuffles over onto his side, one arm outstretched across the pillow. He pats the mattress with the other, inviting me to scoot over. Just lay here. It's okay. I'm gonna let you fall off the bed. He raises his other arm, apparently going to hold me in his arms. Although he's trying to stop me from falling off, it also means I'll be sleeping in his embrace. I don't think I have any other options, though. Liao. Oh, the leopard cat, okay. Now, it'd be a waste if we don't eat this stew. Mind if I finish it? No, go ahead. I turn my head back and see Senpai eating from the paper bowl while sitting on his futon. How can he eat in the dark like this? Alright, his is green, okay. Hey, watch what you're doing. If you make a mess, I won't clean up after you. Don't worry, I'll be really super careful. He answers while stuffing his mouth full of food. It's not my problem if he makes a mess. He's the one sleeping in it. I look back to the bed to see Tiger waiting for me. Taking a deep breath, I slowly rest myself into Tiger's arms. He pulls the quilt over me. It's a cold night, and the blanket is still a little cold too. With his warmth around me, I don't really feel it. I wrap myself tight in the blankets, keeping the warmth in. Usually it takes time to warm up the sheets, but yet with Tiger here and with me, they're already getting there. Still, I can't fall asleep. I'm embraced by his arms, feeling the heat from his body. How can I keep calm like this? Doesn't he care at all? He's a god sleeping with his worshipper. He seems so calm. Why am I so nervous? I try to control my breathing as my whole body tightens up. There's no way this is real. At this point, I have to be in some cheesy rom-com anime. Or a furry visual novel. Keep calm, Liao. Get rid of your lewd fantasies. This guy's a guardian tiger. A god. I'm just thinking about this too much. He's a god. Maybe he just wants to take care of me. Any impure thoughts are disrespectful. I try to convince myself as I squeeze my eyes shut. His body is so warm. How can I feel this? How can I feel a god? If I couldn't feel him already, I'd be asking myself if he really exists. But... I mean, how can I be sure? I'm the only person who can see or touch him. What if I pluck out some fur? No, that would be incredibly disrespectful. Still, this is pretty incredible. Even though I come from a Jitong family, I never thought about actually meeting real gods. Okay. Well, I took the statue with me because Dad insisted. How could I know there was a real god in it? And right here, this god, a giant tiger man, lies before me. Well, hugging me, really. If I couldn't see it for myself, I wouldn't believe anyone if they told me. Besides, compared to the guardian tiger sleeping on my bed, that statue's nothing. Why did he appear to me as an anthro tiger? Maybe his appearance is determined by my imagination? So perhaps it's totally based on my preference. He could be just a normal tiger to other worshippers. Actually, that's pretty cool. It's still a weird coincidence to have 3 beastman deities appear in my home, considering my unique tastes as Tiger puts it. I look around my room. Senpai is sleeping quietly on the floor. Leopard's laying across my desk, right on top of my keyboard. How could he sleep like that? Hopefully he doesn't know how to turn it on and start pressing keys. Can spirits even use keyboards? I hope they sleep well. At least I can hear Tiger's smooth breathing. As it stands, I still can't fall asleep. Some say it's easy to go to sleep when exhausted, but everything that's happened is just keeping me awake. Suddenly, Tiger moves his arm to cover my entire chest, making my whole body tense up. I start to wonder how to escape from his embrace just as he gently touches my nose. You still awake? Yes, well, gods don't exactly need to sleep. Then why have you all been fighting over my bed? I'd imagine the kitten wants it because of his physical body. I have no idea about that aborigine. As for myself, well, I've gotten used to this. After all, there's nothing I can do while you're sleeping. Is it surprising that a god can get bored? So you sleep with me all the time? I would never have noticed. Well, you weren't able to touch me then. However, you're just like a childhood sweetheart to me. As such, it's quite normal for me to hold you and sleep with you. Oh, so I'm your childhood sweetheart now. Whatever you think, you're my worshipper, so it's my responsibility to protect you, just as if you were a child. You've grown up next to me over the years, so I'm not that old after all. You're my playmate or childhood sweetheart, however you may call it. Not old at all, huh? Correct. I'm just a fendling, you know. Well, precisely speaking, I was born after you brought me to Taipei. I have no memories from my primal spirit. You can't be my childhood sweetheart if you were only born a year ago. Although I do remember everything about your childhood, like the last time you wet your bed was when you... Ah, stop! Alright. Simply put, I know everything about you and your family. So, do you think I'm qualified to be your childhood sweetheart? Well, maybe. Why are you so enamored with that term anyway? There's no more appropriate word to be found. You've definitely misunderstood it. Where in the world did you learn words like this? Like in love stories, the childhood sweethearts typically get married to each other. You know that, right? Really? I had no idea about the implications. However, if our relationship is that good, it means I'll easily beat these two, or at least the kitten. Eh? What is he talking about? Liao, don't be distracted by those two, understood? After all, you're a son of the Lin family. I didn't reply. I know where he's coming from, and I know if I don't get a job after I graduate, I'll have to go home. But I don't want to think about that right now. Liao, don't you want to go home? I never thought he'd ask me straight out like this. I don't know. Honestly, I think it's boring back home. Are you going to be angry at me? How could I be angry with you? I still want you to consider going back. It's not that boring, at least it won't be now that you can see us. You could even spend your whole life talking with all the other guardian tigers. Really? I never thought about it like that before. Living with a lot of furry guardian tigers sounds pretty good. But it's alright, take your time. There's no need to decide right away. I'll consider it seriously. I know you're a good boy. Don't worry, we'll take very good care of you once you get home. As you must know, there are 3 guardian tigers protecting your family, but really there are more than 3 of them. Those 3 are well known because they usually show up in Kaidao rites. In fact, there are many, many of us. Each statue holds its own spirit, after all. There are even other gods in the temple, although you may only be able to see guardian tigers. But you'll definitely be amazed by their magnificence. Tiger softly continues to tell stories about the many gods of our temple. His words slowly fade away as I close my eyes. The last thing I could remember was being hugged tightly by my guardian tiger. I fall asleep immersed in his low, warm embrace. Heavy. So heavy. Something is definitely pinning me down, suffocating me with its entire mass. I usually try to struggle against it. I can't even lift my arms or move my feet. I don't bother trying to turn myself over. A cool breeze hits my face, but it doesn't help with the heat everywhere else. What's going on? I take a deep breath and open my eyes. In front of my face, I see a large shadow. I blink hard, trying to make out its form. A wall of muscle covered with soft, fluffy orange fur. It looks so nice. I mean, if it's not trying to kill me. Sadly, I can't really enjoy the view while being suffocated. I muster the strength to move my head and tap on my guardian tiger's arm. Liao? Get up. Sorry. Yeah, poor guy. Finally, he gets out of my bed. Sparing my life. I thought I was going to die. Getting crushed to death by my own guardian tiger is a pretty stupid way to go. You alright? Not at all. I'm so sorry. I had rested as per usual, neglecting your newfound awareness of my form. So he's been sleeping on me all this time. Even if I couldn't feel him before, it's kind of a miracle that I'm not dead already. Alright, come on. With my chest finally free of the tiger's weight, I cough while trying to regain my breath. Suddenly, Tiger pulls me into his chest and pats me on the back. I feel like such a kid, but I can't help but like the way he strokes the back of my neck with his fluffy paw. I relax and take a deep breath. It's an exotic smell that melts into the atmosphere around his body. So this is the smell of my guardian tiger. It's so incredible to think that he's standing in front of me when I know he doesn't physically exist. But right here is a strong chest to lean against. While his fur warms me in the crisp spring morning. It's almost enough to forget that the way he almost crushed me last night. Alright, I'm fine. It's okay. Embarrassed, I gently push him away. Huh, Liao, what's all the fuss? Senpai sits up in his bed, looking sleepily. It seems we just woke him up. What are you guys doing? You're so lovey-dovey. Hell, what time is it? Senpai looks for his phone, and I pick up mine. It's 10 o'clock. Wow, I can't believe I woke up this late. I must have been exhausted last night. Morning, Senpai. It's 10, by the way. 10? That's early. I'm going back to sleep. What? I know some people skip morning classes on Monday, but you can't say 10 o'clock is early. Well, you can sleep for as long as you want. I'm going to get up. Tiger moves out of my way so I can get up. As I stand, I notice Leopard standing in front of my desk, staring at me. When did he wake up? And why does he have to stare at me like that? Morning? Good morning. Good morning, Liao. I just had to slap the tiger in the belly to get him to reply. He's being impolite, but damn, his rock-solid abs hurt my hand. 5 more pieces. What the hell is he dreaming about? Oh, 10. I mean, my classes are in the afternoon anyway, and campus is just around the corner. I could make it if I left half an hour before. So what should I do? Usually I would just surf the internet, but with everyone here. Speaking of doing things, I'm pretty hungry right now. I should probably wait until Senpai's up, though. He'd want to have food as well. I decided to just use my computer to pass the time, turning it on and opening up my social media pages. Wait, something feels strange. Tiger and Leopard are standing right behind me, peeking at my screen furtively. Excuse me, what are you two doing? What? This is what I usually do. Spying on me while I use the computer? Correct. Could you stop, please? It makes me uncomfortable. Uncomfortable? How so? I mean, it's strange to have someone watching you. Strange, but I do watch you all the time. Like I said, I know all the files on your computer. Even then, it's a bit different when I actually know you're doing it. Not that that means I don't mind that he did it before. Don't they understand that I have a right to privacy? Granted, am I really in a position to discuss my privacy with gods? How can I relax while being watched? Sorry, but could you two just move away while I'm using my computer? That's fine. I just want to keep an eye on you. I'm not the only one living with you now. Is it that you don't want others to know what you're doing, or that you just don't feel comfortable being watched? Well, both. Oh, if that's the case, I'll go get myself a book then. Tiger walks over to my bookshelf, picking out a book just like normal. Then I notice something strange. The book is simultaneously still on the shelf and in his hand. How did he do that? Never mind, it's not important to me. Meanwhile, Leopard seems to have left the room of his own volition. Okay, well I guess I'm free now. I mean, there's still some stuff I can't open because the other two are sticking around, but I can work with this. With nothing else to do, I spend my time on the internet until 12. Senpai, it's time to get up! Liao? Morning. What time is it? It's afternoon. Do you always have to get up this late? It's pretty normal for me. Hard to change. Oh, so that's how you waste your life energy. You'll understand more later in college. He doesn't really care, does he? People say the further you get in college, the less you care about it. Surely the code of honor my senpai lives by. Anyway, get up and have lunch, otherwise you're gonna miss class. Yeah, alright. Let me wash my face first. Senpai slides out of the bed and meanders his way into the bathroom. Hey, Senpai, what are your plans for this afternoon? This afternoon? I'll just go to school with you. Senpai is barely audible over the running water. So, when do you finish your classes? Classes? I don't have any today. Then why are you coming to school with me? So I can stay with you, obviously. What? Come on, when a couple moves in together, the least they can do is go to school together. Stop messing with me, Senpai. This isn't some cheesy romance manga, you know. Senpai leaves the bathroom, wiping his face dry with my towel. Yes, my towel. Well, take it easy. Anyway, I can't lock myself in your room all day long, and I don't have a key, so why don't we just go to school together? Why can't he just go home? Senpai, I think it's best you just go home. You don't even have clothes or anything with you, right? Yep, I was just gonna grab what I needed and bring it over tonight. Senpai, why are you insisting so hard on this? Like I said yesterday, I'm not about to lose to these two, so I'm with you no matter what. Whatever, be my guest. So what about lunch? Of course, I'd love to dine with you, Liao. I was just thinking about getting a sandwich. Well, come on, Liao, don't just get a sandwich. There's no romantic atmosphere to that at all. Why is that all you care about? I let out a deep sigh. Okay, I'll just grab something to eat before class. If you want a proper lunch, just go and get it now. I'll wait and keep the door for you. What? If you're not gonna eat with me, I'd rather not eat anything at all. Come on, unlike the others, you have a real body. You need to eat something. I'll just grab something as well, then. I just woke up. I'm not that hungry anyway. Sure, you're free to do whatever you want. Yep, I'll handle myself. Don't worry about a thing. Senpai sits back on the mattress, pulls up the quilt to cover his legs, and starts playing with his phone. Alright, now that that's sorted. I get back on my computer, messing with it about online until it's time to head off to class. Hey, Liao, we should leave now. Alright, ready. I close up my computer and then pick up my backpack, phone, and keys. Alright, I'm heading out. Tiger, look after the house while I'm gone. Wait, Liao, I'll go with you. What? You mean you want to come to class with me? For what reason? To protect you. Really? It's school. I don't need any protection. I disagree. I'll be worried if you go alone. There's no way I can trust that kitten. And the Aborigine will absolutely follow you as well. What's with you calling me a kitten? Wait, are you going to class with me, Mr. Leopard? He silently nods in response. So you guys are all coming to class with me. I look the three cats up and down. They all turn to look at each other, then they nod together. Why? I'm not going to let up the opportunity to go to school with you. Need to follow you. I have no reason to let these suspicious guys get close to you. I am absolutely coming. Not yet, you aren't. Putting your reason aside, Tiger, didn't you say that you can't be too far from the statue? Oh, I'll be fine as long as I'm around a strong worshiper such as yourself. It'd be shameful if I couldn't protect my Zhitong at the very least. God, what kind of situation am I even in? No idea. Maybe it's karma. Really? My karma must be pretty crappy if I can't even get some peace and quiet at my school. I mean, it's not that bad to be around three beastmen, but where's my freedom? Where's my right to privacy? Liao, you'll just need to get used to it. I've always gone with you. You just couldn't see me. And perhaps try pretending I'm not there. It's not that easy, and how do you expect me to deal with these two? You don't see me. I just want to go to class with Liao. I have a right to go as an actual college student. That's not the point, Senpai. I can walk with you to school. Then we can walk together. I can even do your class notes. I'll do whatever you want, Liao. I can't deny his enthusiasm. You really are cunning. So I take that as a yes? Give in to your inner desires. What? Alright guys, I'm gonna pause it right here. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, leave a super thanks or a tip if you can, it always helps. Until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!